running out of time, Anub'arak. How far are we from the exit?
Not far. We have entered the upper kingdom. The exit should lead us to the base of the glacier itself. However, there are still hidden traps and pitfalls to account for.
Take cover! Arthas! The entire passage collapsed. There's no time to dig through this. I'll have to move quickly and find my own way out. Hopefully Anub'arak and the others survived. This is more like it. You will know endless torment. Frostborn hungers. I'll be singed if I get too close to those flames. Finally. At last. Finally. I'll need this gold for when I reach the glacier. This is more like it. Now, Frostborn. At last. Frostborn hung one of the Nerubian's blasted mechanisms. I'll have to time this perfectly. At last. Finally. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. For the Lich King. Finally. At last. More gold. This might help us later. Tread lightly. At last. Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Another quake? Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. At last. Finally. This is more like it. At last. Frostborn hungers. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. At last. No one orders me around. Finally. Frostborn hungers. At last. This is more like it. At last. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Finally. At last. This is more like it. I must find a way across this strange obstacle. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Your pain shall be legendary. Frostborn hungers. Finally. At last. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Greetings, coward. Frostborn hungers. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Now. At last. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. At last. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Finally. At last. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Finally. Frostborn hungers. Finally. This is more like it. At last. At last. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Speak, fool. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Finally. Frostborn hungers. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. Anub'arak, you made it.
I see now why the Lich King chose you as his champion, Death Knight. Few men could have survived this labyrinth alone. Time is fleeting. I'll see to it.
What is it? At last.
Proceed. Another earthquake. We must hurry, Death Knight.
Tread lightly. What is it now? Frostmourne hungers. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Finally. At last. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. No
I'll consume my living and the dead.
Our forces are under attack. This is what no one orders me.
My might cannot be matched.
Speak, fool. At last.
I serve only the frozen throne.
What is it now? Finally. Frostmourne hungers. Speak,
I have heard the summons. My might cannot be matched. Kinky, indubitably. I'll consume the living and the dead. I'll see to it.
Tread lightly. At last.
Time is fleeting. Speak. My Nerub.
No one orders me. Something's breaking through. Defensive positions!
Time is fleeting.
Speak, fool. Frostmourne hungers. Tread lightly.
I have heard the summons. Speak. Kinky. I'll consume the living and the dead. My Nerub. Indubitably, I'll see to it.
What is it now? Finally. This is more like it. Frostmourne hungers. No one will No one will At last. Finally.
We're
Frostmourne.
running out of time. We must find the exit.
You will know endless tread lightly. This is at last. Frostmourne hungers. At last. This is more like it.
They're blocking the way to the exit. We'll have to fight our way through them to reach it.
Speak. No one will escape. This is more like it. At last. For the Lich King.
My might cannot be matched.
For the Lich King. This is more like it. Frostborn hungers. No one orders me around. Finally.
Now quickly, head through that door. The exit to the surface lies just beyond.
It'll be good to see the sun again.
Remember, Illidan and the true battle still await us in the world above. Hopefully our trek through the Dark Earth bought us the precious time we needed.